Check, check, check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here with a live. Let's go, baby. The Crypto Lovers Show. Greatest show on earth. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless everybody. What an amazing opportunity is to be here. Thank you and 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 all of you awesome people for showing up every single day. God bless you all. Let's take a look at BTC. Let's have some fun. There's been some massive opportunity in the last month and a half, right? We've seen a lot of crazy action. We've seen Lab go up almost 20x. We've seen Hyperliquid do a massive pump from 40 to 75. We saw a bunch of different coins, selective as they were, but we did see a bunch of different coins making massive gains here. And there's going to be opportunity in the next 2 months. If we pay attention, some RWA coins, something is going to rip. I got a Decanton CC. It's looking like it's getting tighter and tighter for a bigger move on larger consolidation. We will see what happens there, but it's the people that pay attention, the people that stay true, that end up becoming the multi-millionaires and the billionaires. I'm telling you, the people that come in and out, half focus, don't truly believe, are the people that never make it. Who are you? Are you a crypto lifer? Are you going to make it with me? Are you going to go all the way? Are you going to hang out with the guy that made it? Or are you going to hang out with the people that talk about making it? Shout out to all my lifers, man. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Marcus in the house. Shout out to everybody here. Meta is down on a data breach. Go short Meta, he said. Interesting. I'm looking for this flag to break out for Bitcoin inside this ascending triangle here on the 1 hour time frame. 21 above the 200 consolidating. A little bit of curvature, not perfect. We got a bounce though recently. I'm in the trade right now as we speak. It's down 17. I'm in it. I was already in the trade from here. Yesterday, I gave you a beautiful trade. Remember, I gave you the long yesterday with a stop below that wick. It never got stopped out, and we had a massive pump that went sideways. You're still in the money if you were in that trade. There's nothing else I could say. All right, it's Friday, and Trump's active, and the biggest IPOs are popping. That's a horrible sign for SPACEX. Let's take a look at what happened to SPACEX, right? It should be out there already on the NASDAQ. SPACEX, no data just yet on coming in yet. It should be in yet, but we have it already here on the futures. Let's see what they have for the futures here for SPACEX. SPCX. Let's see, it's 176. We're already up on our buy. Shout out to everyone that got in with me. We got in below the one in the 160 area. And if you look at it now, it's in a bit of a flag here. right? Above the 200, touching the 21. It's kind of right where Bitcoin is. Interesting, right? They're kind of locked and loaded. That's just a coincidence. They're not really supposed to be. It's just how it worked. But look, I could see this thing break out to 200 today on a move to the upside on some speculative energy. People are up on their, already. They got the shares at 135. They're already up $40 on that 135. I mean, that's pretty big if you think about it. So shout out to anyone that jumped in with me on the SpaceX shares. And again, these aren't real shares. These are derivatives of the shares. So you're not buying real SpaceX. Just want to make that really clear. Not financial advice. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. But massive move here for SpaceX. Very, very interesting to see as we kind of rip it to the upside. And this thing looks like it could get tight. And I wouldn't be surprised if it rips up somewhere to $202. All right, so today is SpaceX Day. Everybody knows it. I talked about the S&P bouncing with the IPO of SpaceX. I feel like that would bring liquidity into the S&P and the NASDAQ. It did. I talked about this bouncing on Twitter yesterday. I even gave a call for it. It did get a bit of a bounce. Bang, bang, bang. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ, and then we're going to do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin. The NASDAQ also getting a nice pump today to the upside. Look at that shoulder, head, right shoulder. The NASDAQ getting the bounce just like the S&P did. And I kind of showed this to you guys saying, hey, if they keep printing money, and they have to print money to keep the system alive, how do stocks not absorb the wealth and the value? It tells me that stocks could continue to go up, and people don't believe it because they've never seen a rally like this. They're comparing it to the dot-com bubble and all this stuff, but they didn't print money like they did back then. They are printing money in insanity. Like, just it's insane how much they're printing. So 80% of Elon Musk's wealth is tied to Bitcoin. I'd say it's going to follow it closely. 80%? I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true. It's a great statement. I would love for it to be true. I would have to verify that. I don't know if that's true. Yeah. I'd say, damn, how about Diddy? Yeah, you guys are crazy. Everyone thinks the IPO is the top of the bubble. Stocks are over. It could be. I just play the charts. We might make a right shoulder there. This might be the end of the rally. We'll see. The charts will make a right shoulder. You could short the S&P down. But if this kind of comes up and consolidates, we're breaking out. So the charts will tell us, man. I'm telling you right now. I know most people don't believe me, but the charts will tell us what's going to happen here to the NASDAQ and to the stock market, right? Just waited until private credit collapses. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you on this beautiful Friday in the summer where people just like really sign off. I mean, it's the volume, the attention span. But, I mean, if you pay attention, there's opportunity out here. Living in these times behind enemy lines. I hope you got yourself a... Right? I feel you, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's break down what I see happening for Bitcoin. Let's have some fun. I got a lot of stuff here. We're going to get back to it. I like to delete my work and start fresh. See where we're going. Let's take a look at the monthly. So the monthly has a shoulder, head, right shoulder. If I was trading blind, like this, the way I usually trade, I would say that this is going to dump all the way down to 13,000. That is the measured move, wick to wick. If I took wick to wick, it's a negative. You know what I mean? But, this just says you should short the market, put a stop loss above the wick, and ride this puppy down somewhere, at least to 45,000. That's just what the head and shoulder pattern. But if I'm a little open-minded and I look for some insight, there is a chance that this is a falling wedge. And this falling wedge could just hang out in the monthly chart, kind of in the small range there for 2-3 months, and then break out to the upside the length of the previous pole. Next thing you know, we're somewhere at about 139,000 by December of 2027. I'm seeing people say we're going to be at 250,000 by the end of 2026. We would have to go straight out. I just don't see it. That would mean Bitcoin has done something it's never done. The dollar would have to absolutely collapse. We'd have to see like complete overhaul of civilization. Anything is possible. I'm open-minded, but it just, with technology the way it is and the way we're moving, it's unlikely. That's, systems will, basically break down like that. We got solar power now in a lot of places. People are getting, power completely free. Bitcoin is creating a soccer ball on the daily. Might take a month to break out. I don't know what a soccer ball is, but God bless you, man. What if it does a false move to the upside of the falling wedge, then collapses down? That would wreck most people. Yeah, do a false breakout, break back down. What I'm looking for is an inverted head and shoulder on the monthly. Like, it'll be chunky, but it'll be clear to see. And it'll take 4 more months to play out until we get it, right? 2-week chart showing signs of a possible double bottom off the bottom of the range. Can we bounce at least just back to the top of the range? Nothing crazy. Not saying, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh my gosh, but it just back to the top of the range. Can we pump back here to this key level? That's kind of what we're looking. What if it does a false move to the upside? Yeah, exactly. It could. World Cup joke. Yeah, you never know. So I'm looking for this to kind of bounce, and this could be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even too on the 2-week chart too as well. So we're just building. We're giving our subconscious mind information as much as we can. And then the weekly, which is bounced off the 200 moving average. You know, gutsy call even just to kind of make a long here and see if someone can get back up to 96,000. That's an 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. You know, you chuck in a couple of these a year, 1 or 2, 3, but you know what I mean? If they lose, they lose. 1,000 for 8,000, right? You know what I mean? 2,000 for 16. That's me. You do you. I just feel like whenever we touch a 200 on a bigger time frame, it could be a great place to take advantage of a possible bounce. I do this on the 1 hour, the 5-minute. I did it on the 1 hour just yesterday. I traded the 1 hour when we bounced off the 200 moving average. I took this exact call, but I did it on the 1 hour. Same call, same time frame, different time frame. Different time frames can teach you what's happening in the charts. All right. Let's go to the 5-day chart and see what's happening. Big bounce there, too, on the 5-day. I like what we're seeing here on the 5-day chart for the move back to the upside. And can we get this kind of overhaul back to the top of the channel? That's kind of what we want to see, right? That's what we're looking for. That bounce back on up. We take a look at the 3-day chart. Same idea. We've had 2 green candles in a row, fighting the tweezer bottom. Important, the next candle is green. Takes 2 days and 10 hours, as it just opened last night. Nice close last night for the 3-day candle. Signs of bullishness with the bigger wick to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing here on the 3-day. Could definitely bounce us back to the top of the channel. What I'm also wary about and keeping my eyes open for is a shoulder ahead. Maybe we just make a right shoulder here and definitively dump. So that could definitely be the answer. We'll see. We'll watch for that. And then here we are on the daily. And the daily made this beautiful kind of double bottom here. So let's zoom into the daily, get real tight on it here. Not in love with the pattern. Like, I mean, it's a bit weird, to be honest. But you could say we kind of broke this trend line slightly. A bit odd. What if I want to see if I make it elongated, if it makes any sense? No, it really doesn't. To me, that would have to be the pattern there. This kind of trend line here, which isn't amazing. So, the second we started a V-shaped recovery, I said we're too far from the 21. I said we're not going to dump anymore. I called the bottom of the dump. If you remember, I said we're not going to dump anymore. I said we're either going to go back to the 21 or we're going to go sideways in a bear flag. I said because we're in a downtrend, I said we kind of have to assume we're going to make a bear flag, but it would be great if we could get a reversal, right? And I longed that. Remember, I kept thinking like, they're going to reverse this. I longed it. When we pumped huge, I sold out on the pump. And there you go. SPACEX stock failed to launch. That's funny. Are you joking around? You're funny, man. I mean, I don't think it was supposed to launch. You know what I mean? Yeah, the shares were at 135. It opened at 930. Yeah, actual trading delayed due to a manual price discovery auction. Okay, so it did fail to launch. He was right. Trading mechanics and price expectation. While the NASDAQ opened at 930, actual trading in SPX faces a delay due to a manual price discovery auction required to match buy and sell orders. Indications suggest the stock could open significantly higher than its IPO, with early estimates pointing to a range between 175 and 174, which would mark a roughly 29% increase on debut. And if you jumped into SPACEX when I did, you did make money. We got in around 160. And I was even talking about it a little earlier in the 140. So same symbols and everything. Yeah, same burner to the ground. Ooh, that's crazy. Liftoff scrambled till next week. I got my SPACEX allocation this morning. Someone says, I think it's a trap. So look, we close a tweezer top today. We're likely going to head to the bottom of the channel. And what I'm looking at on that 1 hour is not going to pan out. We're just going to... And to me, it looks like we're going to go sideways till we tap the 21. I wouldn't be surprised if we go sideways for about a week. About 8 or 9 days. Something like this. So somewhere between 6 and 9 days, in this region. But on the 21st of June, when summer begins, we tap that 21. We start to get a move further to the downside. Shorting SPACEX at 100x. Interesting. Story stayed the same. Names and faces change. Yeah, all right. Lift off, scramble till next week. You're funny. I bought a 10x bounce off the 150 EMA on the 15 on SPX. Interesting. Okay, so there we have it. We wait for the daily candle to close tonight. If it closes red, no good. Unless it can flip green during the day. And so that's why we watch the smaller time frames. And so here we are, waiting to see if the 1 hour can lift us off. And this is kind of nothing has changed really about my analysis, even from last night, technically. And there you have it. So the trade I gave you yesterday is still intact. If you longed with me, you're still on the money. All right. Can you explain the difference between SPACEXPRE on WEEX and the other options? Thank you. No, I mean, it's just SPACEXPRE is just something you could buy spot. That's all. Yeah. Here's the perp. Well, you could trade the perp at 175, right? Yeah, I don't know. The other options are actually buying it. And I made a whole video on this, honestly. Not to be rude, but like if I were to explain it all, and I love you, Reliable J. But this is the video you want to watch. Number one, you want to watch my video on DTCC, explaining why it's the newest coin that I've added to my portfolio and what's happening with DTCC. And you got to pay attention. And I'm not just shilling. I'm giving you real good information that you'll come back years from now and say, wow, that was a banger, right? But you want to watch this video on SPACEX. I mean, you should have watched it days ago. I gave it 8 days ago. And I explained everything you could do, how you could get into the IPO, what companies were offering it, how you could make it happen, how you can ask for a pre-allocated share. Fidelity was lowering the pre-allocations down to 5,000. Usually they're at like 200,000. So they made it very accessible for the average person. All right. So there you go. I mean, that's kind of what we started seeing, you know. Is Hyperliquid Strategies the stock form of Hyperliquid? Interesting. I never heard of it. You might be onto something. Yeah. It's cool. I watched it. I only bought the pre. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That means you bought the yeah, that's fine. That's what I did too. So you should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. I bought the pre on spot. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean you only bought the pre? That's fine. Sam and the Lifer seem to have similar tendencies. Great to be alive, baby. God bless you, man. Shout out to Creators Crypto. Shout out to everybody out here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Where are my lifers at, man? What happened to us in the last week and a half? What happened to the lifers, man? Let's go, baby. Just because it's the summer, man, let's go, baby. It's time. Our trade's starting to bump here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BTC. Up 7%, $74 on the trade. And we already took profits on yesterday's trade. Nice little pump there for BTC. And I don't know if SpaceX might be giving it a pump, the whole movement. And, you know, somehow Trump also didn't unleash rage on Iran, right? Like, it seems like we're calming down there as far as that happens. All right. Take a look at your 1 minute time frame and see if there's a scalp getting above the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. And we might be able to get ourselves a bit of a model here. So we're getting it every day, one way or the other. God bless us. Everyone keep hitting that like button. I need you guys hitting the like button more than ever, especially when our viewership is down in these summer months. I greatly appreciate it. God bless everybody here on the live. Shout out to the fan funding. We have a Reliable J. Can you explain the difference between SPACEXPRE on WEEX and the other options? I don't understand the question. You know what I mean? The other options were actually buying real SpaceX on the stock market, getting pre-allocated shares, buying shares from employees prior to the IPO, right? Which was, you know, there's some sites that allow that, but they have to be approved by. Then once you do that, that has to be an approval. And then, and then buying it here on all the cryptos exchanges that have like these allocations. Yeah. And a good day to buy a little more BTC. Always a good day to buy more Bitcoin, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so SPACEXPRE is literally just... Ooh, it took a beat down. So here, this was at... So this comes out at 150. Interesting. Now it's down. What's going on there? So the futures looks like it's tracking, but the pre isn't tracking the same, or it isn't out yet there. This is 150 now, which is interesting. I think I bought somewhere here. I'll look at the order history. Yeah, I bought 159 and 166. Or no, 166. So I'm down on that. Interesting. The futures looks like it's up though. And also with all the stuff being pegged, it's, you know what I mean? I like this Bitcoin trade doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is my true focus here today. And people were kind of stressing oil too a little bit. We'll take a look at oil for you guys in not too long from now. So what we want to see is if we're bullish, we want to get this flag now above the 200 moving average. Nice pump for Bitcoin, baby. Let's go. Up 111 of the trade. And if you took the trade that I gave you guys in the trading group, you're the money. Yesterday, we gave a live trade on the screen, and that trade is in the money. Today, we're giving a live trade in the trading group. That trade comes in the money as you come to the live. So whether you catch it on the live and watch it on the Discord, or you watch it in the Discord and catch it on the live, we seem to be hitting both ways to Tuesday. So shout out to everybody kicking it with the lifer. I appreciate that. So we want to see this 21 now pull in above the 200. Make a nice flag. We can get a nice continuation to the upside. This can break out that 1 hour chart. And, just by the grace, we might get a bigger pump here for Bitcoin. Amazing. Amazing. Shout out to all my people trading live here on the channel. We appreciate it. I'm sure there's people that trade live with me every single day. They get into the action with the lifer. If you want to trade where we trade, you want to know what we know. Sean, where are you, Sean? Damn, Sean's missing today, huh? Sean, I don't see you with the links, man. What happened to Sean today? Sean, okay? Is this from last night? Maybe this is last night. Hold on. Let me double check. No, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, my team, if Sean doesn't post the links, can we have someone that actually pays attention to that? My wife, Jamie, somebody? Is anybody on stream? Lakochi? We're just missing the pinned comments. Kind of important. It's like the most important part of the show. Yeah, you could buy ETFs with large allocations. That's what the video also suggested. Buying ETFs, you know what I mean, that already have an allocation to SPACEX. And you can get access that way. The video explained all the different ways in which you could have it. That's why you got to watch the video. I can't remember them even offhand, but the video basically is everything you need. That's why when your question, I don't know if you were asking for other people, but when you asked the question, it sounded like you didn't watch the video. That's why I was confused. I'm pretty sure you did, though, so I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like the most important thing. If Shaw doesn't put that out, someone's got to pay attention to that, please. Thank you. Okay, coming back down to the 200 moving average. What happened to the message was retracted now? What happened here? What's going on, guys? What is going on now? I pinned it and then it got deleted. What's going on? Anyway. Jamie? Did I delete it accidentally? Did you retract the message? I don't know what's going on, but I just want to get the pinned comment out. I have OCD. I just want to get that done so I can move on with the show. Okay, moving forward. So staying above the 200 moving average, I want to see the 21 continue. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. And now we have the pinned comment here. If you want to jump on into WEEX, very simple. Hit the link right there. You can register. If you want to go to CryptoLifer.com, hit that link. Take you to CryptoLifer.com. You can subscribe to the channel and join the Discord. We make it very simple. This links to your Discord through the back end, and you're ready to go through our payment. So, nice move. Everything kind of on plan for my flag right now. And yeah, I gave the trade. The flag is right. Here's another smaller trade if you want to scalp the 1 minute. We want to do the exact same thing we're looking at on the 1 hour last night. We want to see price action consolidate. See, price is a microcosm of itself. The 1 minute does what the 1 hour does. The 1 hour does what the daily does. The daily does what the weekly. The weekly does what the monthly. You could trade any single time frame with every single time frame. Now, the monthly takes so long to get as much information that you can see on the 1 minute. That takes forever, right? But that's kind of what you want to see. That's the genius inside of trading, is being able to see the knowledge from another time frame. So like the 3 minute teaches you how to trade the 15 minute. The 15 minute teaches you how to trade the 1 minute. If you traded them all, it all comes into play. Nice short squeeze here for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening to our heat map order book and what's happening on the books, baby. There's liquidity on both sides for sure, but you can definitely see it's deeper red above us at 64.5. What does that mean? Well, this is a heat map order book. It's basically like infrared goggles. If you see a lot of people on your screen, they're going to be dark red or yellow, right? You can see there's liquidity all the way down to 62.2, but there's more liquidity up to 64.6 and 64.4. There's a big glob right there. So what I've watched price action likes to do, and you can call it the market makers, they, whatever you want, but it's just price action in general. It likes to go to where it likes to serve liquidity. So if it can go up and match the most orders at 64.5, it's going to do that. And so there's so much more action at 64.5 than anywhere else right now. So price action is telling us that it wants to go to 64,500. That's what it's starting to tell us. And so with that, now price action can't do whatever it wants. We know price action doesn't go in a straight line. It does for a second, but then it always makes a bit of a consolidation. So beautiful. If price is bullish after this pump, we're going to go up and down a little bit and do what's called consolidation. But we're not going to lose the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. The 21 is going to come into the target, into the price action, into the pattern. And then we're going to break out what's called the measured move of the pattern, which is the previous pole the pattern came from. We might get this whole measured move on the bigger idea. Wouldn't be surprised if later tonight we stop at 64.4. So this is what I do. I look for patterns that tell us we can continue. I look for cross above moving averages. I know when the 21 reconnects with the price action after the 200, there's a high likelihood of continuation. And then I look to see if we have the lily pad, what is a lily pad? Well, the frog jumps from lily pad to lily pad, right? Trades go, the order book goes from order book to order book. I want to see if there's liquidity there for the order book for me. I want to look at the order book. I'm not just trading nothing here. I'm trading I'm actually trading what's behind the candlesticks. They do a perfect job of explaining it here. A trading platform that deploys market liquidity. You see candlesticks. We see liquidity. See? You just see candlesticks. I see where price action is going. I can see where basically, these are your liquidations. If you're short and you have liquidations, we can see them. People think they're getting hidden. We know where you're at. We know where your liquidations are. We know where your stop losses are. We've got you locked in. All right? So, if there's a bunch of people short, and they're all short, and the whole market is short, the maker's going to go wreck everybody. So we counter trade the herd here probably 90% of the time. When the entire market gets absolutely obliterated and liquidated, we don't. We don't go through that. It's a pretty awesome thing. So shout out to everybody here on the channel. Thank you for jumping on in. And just because I've studied all this, we could dump in 2 seconds. This could turn into a shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it may not play out. There's no guarantees in trading. You just take it one step, one day at a time. We can definitely start to shave some risk off the table here on WEEX. And then, I could even take the scalp. I trade isolated, separated, which means I could make 2 different trades that are connected to each other. I could scalp the 1 minute, and it won't attach itself to this trade. It's pretty awesome. Good and bad because you can't add margin to that trade. I think you could hit here, though, and add margin, right? Oh, yeah, so you could add margin to the trade here or reduce margin, which is kind of nice. So there you have it. I mean, 64,004 is where I'm looking for. And I'm going for the upside. And BOOKMAP suggests that I'm correct with big red above me. It doesn't mean I am, but when I've traded this way, over time, I've been right more than I've been wrong. You see what I'm saying? So, and look at this. Look at this. Look at what happened. This is like the weirdest thing ever. But you could feel like when you're getting attacked. We stream every day. How do you just? Yeah, look at that. It went doop doop, and then it went back up to 8. You can't even look. You can't trust the concurrent because you never know what it's doing. Keep hitting that like button, everyone. Let's get us to our 1,200 viewers we were getting every single day. One of the greatest live streams in all of trading and cryptocurrency. Mapped out for you. We also have our top-down analysis later on today, our market analysis, where I'm going to go over the macro for you and talk about Bitcoin, the NASDAQ, and all that fun stuff, gold, silver, and more. Bitcoin continues to want to kind of rage up here through the order book. I like what I'm seeing, and it just makes me want to keep raising this idea. At one point, it is going to stop and consolidate. We don't know exactly when, but at one point, it is going to stop and consolidate. Shout out to anyone that took the trade. How many people are in gains? How many people have I said? I feel like a broken record. Even lately, people say it's been hard to trade. And I feel like I'm constantly asking people how many people made gains on the trade. How many people made gains on the stream today? Just want to say thank you. I joined the Discord 12 months ago and I learned a lot from you and Master Friend. Just want to say thank you. God bless you, man. Very nice of you to give a $19 super chat. $19, 20 pound. Sam's up, man. Hope you're having a good day, brother. Much love. Shout out to Eduardo, 215. God bless you, man. Shout out to Maximero, 699. Shout out to Crasibo, Veneer. Shout out to IDV, 333 in the house. Shout out to Limitless. I'm in gains, my man. How many people are in gains on the stream right now with the trade? Oh, it's starting to dump right when I said that. 3 trades, all green, BTC. Love it. Love it. Sammy, Stargate Finance looks good. Interesting. I'll take a look at it. It's been beat up for a long time, though. I believe it's STG, if I'm correct, right? Stargate Finance, yeah. It is ripping, you're right. And it's kind of bullish on the 1 hour time frame. It's in the flag with Bitcoin. Hey, you're onto something, man. Check your 4 hour. It may be a little overbought. The daily, a little too far for the 21 on the daily. It has been ripping from 21 to 64. Wow, it did a 3x. Today did a massive pump. I'd be careful. It's a little far for the 21. Right? So if it does pump here on the 1 hour, know that you're kind of getting into the extended zone. Let me teach you guys something. Trading is about trading extremes. All right? Overbought, oversold. When something's extremely overbought, what does that mean? You go to the bigger time frame, and the RSI is above the dotted line, the stochastics are above the dotted line, and you've had a massive straight line. That's not where you want to start buying stocks. You know, it doesn't mean you can't make money on the top. Sometimes you can. I don't want to discourage you completely and say nothing, you know, it's not possible, but I do want to be realistic. Right? Technical difficulties here with the camera. We will get it. We'll get it back up and running there. There we go. Okay, so now, number one, there's flags on the 1 hour. Now, there was a flag on the 1 hour here. We're touching the 21. It looks like this, right? You're touching the 21. The Stokes are low. You're touching the 21. The Stokes are low. Why wouldn't you trade this flag? And these flags are the same. Why can't you trade this flag and that flag? You can. But when you traded this flag here on the 1 hour, right? I'm going to put a vertical line. Then we're going to look at it again. When we trade this flag on the daily, look, the daily wasn't as up yet. It was still kind of on the way, on the move. And the RSI probably hadn't hit the dotted line or crossed it too much. Now, yesterday was huge. That 45 pump to 65 was huge. It was 50% pump. That's going to slow you down. So if the 1 hour, now, if you get stopped out here and this stop hunts you, boom, you have to know you were playing with fire because the daily was already high. It could get tight and still pump, though. That's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a magician or a psychic. It could still pump. I've seen both things happen. I've watched thousands of assets. I've seen, rarely, though, more than likely, this makes a right shoulder and falls over because the daily takes you down. So you have to know how to read the bigger time frames over the smaller or the smaller over the bigger. Meaning, if the daily was still in movement down here, you would say, okay, I'm still going to trade the 1 hour. But if you take this trade, you have to be like, well, the daily's high. If I lose the trade, I have to know that I'm taking on pretty high risk. So trade whatever you want. Trade how you want. But know that when you're trading, you're in a certain type of risk. That's all. Know that this trade was in a lower risk than this trade due to the daily being high. Understand? Does everyone understand that? So the next time you open up a trade or you go to open a trade, take a look at your bigger time frames and move in on them. And then start going small. Oh, wow, look at that. We looked at Infinity Ground yesterday. I talked about it to the group. I said something about up with this coin. I actually went over it. I believe we went over it on the weekly screen share, AIN. And I said it looks good to me. And last night was amazing. We spent about an hour and a half on the weekly screen share every Thursday. And you can see the last coin I put out to the trading group at 9:42 last night was AIN. And I was suggesting that it's going up. Look at this. I mean, am I a genius? Am I a psychic? You know what I'm saying? Like, just let's take a look. Look at the before. Look at the after. And it's funny, I like to make them exact. It was like right there between. Shrink it a little bit. But look, there's your before. There's your after. Try to do it. I love doing this. If I can, like, yeah, there we go. There we go. Look. There's your before. There's your after. Before. After. Before. After. No stop loss got hit. Like if you kept it below this wick, which is what I do, and then the target was hit at 11 cents. It went exactly to the target, exactly where I placed it, because that was the measured move. A little bit of a slant when I put the measured move on. I went from this wick to that wick. I positioned it, straightened it a little bit, and that was where it said we were going. I don't make this stuff up. I do this all the time. And if in the trading group you got this spoon fed to you, as the last coin we went over in the weekly screen share. I had a bunch of other coins looking nice too on the altcoin section, but you won't see those if you don't join the Discord. Go to CryptoLifer.com. So look for $99 a month, $3 a day, 25% overnight. I'm just saying. Like, I do this all the time. That's not going to be the first time you see me post an altcoin and it rips. And I was tirelessly going over the charts last night for my group. I went over 5,000 coins and I whittled it down to 10. I'm serious. Like, I care so much about your success. See, if God knows that I care about your success, my business is based off me working for your success. My business is working every day in the Discord. You join the Discord, pay $100 a month. I show up every single day and work as hard as I can. That's it. I'm there for my kids, I'm there for my wife, and I'm there for you guys, and that's my life. There's not much more to it. I'm a very simple guy. I keep my life very simple. I work in a Discord. I do a live stream every day. I attempt to add some things onto that on top of it. Sometimes I'm better at it, sometimes I'm not. I'm really good at this Discord, and I'm really good at showing up every day on my live stream. Those are the two things I can accomplish very well. I'm getting at pre-recorded videos and making more stuff like that. I'm not the best at other things. I want to vlog more. There's other things I want to do. But right now, this is what I'm really good at, and so that's what you pay for. You pay for someone's focus, energy, and discipline. I'm there every day, man. I don't stop, no matter what. The consistency is insane. We now have gone almost the entire 6 months of 2026 without one day off. That would be an accomplishment alone. But this is my 5th year of doing this. And we'll be back here June of 2027, and I'll be saying the same thing. I'll be like, man, it's now been 6 years of going live every single day. God willing, keep me alive and healthy. Dear Lord, please keep me alive and healthy no matter what, for my kids, my wife, and everybody that supports and loves me. And it's not easy. Look, I haven't taken a day off, and my channel still takes a hit. My viewership still goes down. I haven't taken a day off. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how hard I work. I still get kicked in the teeth, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting, it's like, and I've learned that's how success feels. Some days you don't get what you expect. Work really hard, no results. Work really hard, nothing, 0 results. Work really hard, go backwards, actually have less results. But one day you're going to work really hard and you're going to have good results. So God is keeping me afloat no matter what. No matter what the viewership's doing, no matter what the algorithm does, no matter what, crypto and Google and all that, I don't know. I can't control all that. I can control showing up every single day. And that's a testament to life, everybody. My channel is a testament to life right here, right now. Look, we haven't had 885 viewers literally in a year and a half or something like that. Something crazy. It's the lowest viewership I've seen in a long time. And again, I love it. I'm actually think it's amazing. I'm blessed that I have that many. But I'm just want to point it out. That can be discouraging. It can get to your head a little bit. Who cares? I'm blessed that I have who I do have. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I have to be thankful for everything that I do have. But it is kind of crazy, right? So it is what it is, man. You can get in your head. You can say, is my empire falling? Am I slipping? You know, what's going on? And all you can do is keep going every single day, no matter how. And it's mentally taxing. That is brutal. You start a channel, you bust your butt, and you see it go backwards. That is brutal. That'll tear you up inside. It really will. But you have to just say, you know what? I'm not in control of everything. I'm in control of what I can be in control of and go from there. So it is a Friday. People just like to skip out on Friday. I've learned on the summer months, people think, it's a Friday. A lot of people take Friday off. A lot of people are camping with their family. A lot of people are leaving the charts alone and the computer. And they're getting away. And that's what you see a lot in the summer months. So it is what it is. Its overall viewership on YouTube is down across the board. You know what I mean? People are outside, man. They're not stuck inside in freezing cold weather no more. Right? And if we can get the likes up to the watches, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. As I'm completely, brutally honest with my life. No one will even talk about it like that. But hey, I'm brutally honest about it. Bitcoin struggles too. Head and shoulder pattern. Looks like I might have to cover myself here. I'll put my stop loss to break even right there. I'm not going to take a L. Lately, I've been really good at just covering. Like, I haven't been greedy. I just say, you know what? I'm eventually going to win more than I lose, and I just have to make sure I don't lose a lot. And that's what I've been doing. Like today, why lose 500? Won our last few trades. All we have to do is kind of keep the streak alive. So what if we get a bounce here? Wow, they just made a head and shoulder pattern. Try to get everybody to short the market. Now they're going to rip it back up. We'll see. Says the 1 minute, don't put too much pressure on it. Really want to stay on that 1 hour. Just make sure that 1 hour is doing its thing inside the bigger flag. That's all. Nice pump back up off the channel there. Amazing. People just, I bet right now, in this move right now, a bunch of people just got late short and they got wrecked. A bunch of people got late long and they got wrecked. It's not the people like me and you who sat there waiting for the cross of the moving average, who had an idea before it happened and planned it out. The people that are getting wrecked, folks, are the people that are just emotionally making a move based off the candle they're looking at. Oh my God, it's going up. I missed the pump, it's going up. Oh my God, I got to get in. Friday low volume, they go and smash everyone that's right here. Oh my God, it's dumping. I got to get in. It's dumping. Oh my God, emotions. And then they wreck those people. The 100Xers just got rocked both ways. A bunch of people are going to lose money today. Sad to say. I know I'm not. I'm not going to lose a bunch of money today. I'm in control of my trades. I know for a fact today I will not lose a bunch of money. I'm not going to trade emotionally. I'm either going to get stopped out near break even or for a small loss, or I'm going to make money. I'm not going to, there's only two ways for me to live today. I will not allow myself to emotionally trade. I will not allow myself to get into a trade for no reason. It's not, I am in control. It's funny, when people get wrecked, they act like it was the market. It was you. Like, you wrecked yourself. Like, you couldn't control your emotions and you'd made a silly move. They like to blame the guru. They like to blame the master. They like to blame the channel. They like to blame me. They like to blame everybody else but themselves. The idea is it all comes down to you every single day. You're in control of your life every single day. You make it happen. You see what I'm saying? It's up to you. It's really up to you. So here we are. Can we hang out and get this pump back to the upside? That is the question. Only a matter of time. It looks like we just made 64,404 for Bitcoin. Wow. And now we're almost back to where we were at the beginning of the trade, which is crazy. Huge move to the upside. Flattening the shorts. Big pump for Bitcoin. Puts us back in position here in the trade. Up 21%. Massive pump for Bitcoin. I don't know what just happened. If we got some news, a tweet. Did they say no more? I mean, this is crazy. What a move right there for Bitcoin. Wow. Wow. And I'm just asking, Looking for the latest news, too, on Iran and Trump. What just happened? Something happened, huh? We got the pump, folks. We got the pump I was looking for on that 1 hour time frame. And my buddy was short this morning, and he texted me, I'm going to short that. And I was just joking with him. I was like, man, you're going to be Rectopolis, bro. Counter trading the lifer. And I think he ended up closing the short down 130. But why, man? Why not just long with the lifer, man? Nah, but it's all good. Everyone's going to learn their lessons the way they learn them. Latest developments. President Trump announced he canceled planned U.S. strikes on Iran after claiming a major breakthrough in negotiations to end ongoing U.S. conflict. Iran has pushed back, stating no final deal has been reached. Every single day he goes, we're all set. They're like, we never said that. We're going to bang the heck out of you. Oh, we're back on. We're back off. You know, Trump posted on Truth Social and told reporters that discussions with Iran had reached the highest levels of Iranian leadership, including alleged approval by the supreme leader, and were approved in consent and detail by multiple parties: U.S., Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan, and others. He canceled scheduled strikes and bombings for that evening, described as a great settlement of war. Key points from Trump: a memorandum of understanding, MOU, is in pretty final shape. Signing could happen this weekend. All right. He claimed Iran wants it every bit as much as everybody else because they've taken a pounding. The pounding there, right? The pounding. And you can bet on Polymarket, like, is he taking a pounding? Right? You know what I mean? So SPACEX Day has Bitcoin ripping 64,000 in the vision there, and now we're up nice in the trade. Stop loss to break even. Can't lose the trade. How many people are making gains with the lifer? How many people got wrecked today? A lot of people got wrecked today. You could tell today, the way price action moved on a low volume Friday, that's volatility at its best, man. And where are my people, man? Where are my lifers at? Let's go, lifers! Where are my lifers at, baby? Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to my beautiful people, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in and being absolutely amazing. All right? People live trading the SPACEX IPO. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, today's one of the biggest streaming days I've seen. Like, everyone is streaming the SPACEX IPO. So I'm also maybe getting some more competition than I've usually gotten in a while. And it's a low volume Friday. I'm just trying to, I'm always looking at analytics. I'm like, what's going on? Right? Like, what is happening? Man, what a day it is. What a pump. Shout out to my lifers. Let me jump back into the chat here. Put a 333 if you made gains. Be honest, did you make some money? I mean, did you lose? How many people lost? I mean, I just want to see, did anybody get wrecked right now? Because it looks like it's very possible to get wrecked out here. You know what I mean? Looks like it's very possible to get absolutely rocked, right? It's crazy what's happening to SanDisk, too. SanDisk just keeps absolutely ripping to the upside, which is insane if you think about it. You know what I mean? Huh. Yeah, back to 167, right? And we'll see here too. It's got perps everywhere. Big pump here for Bitcoin on that 1 hour time frame. We gave you the trade here in this. I gave the trade this morning in the trading group. And we got perpetuals everywhere, right? WEEX, MEXC. They got them. Tracking it here too. So look, it was looking like, hey, it could have made that. It's kind of crazy. It's almost like SpaceX dumped Bitcoin pump. Like, people selling SpaceX for Bitcoin. It's interesting, right? They're doing that juxtaposition. I'm just going by what I do every day. This is telling us we're going higher. They are locking in some liquidity below, but look at this, man. All the red wants to take us up to 65, 64,870. So, you know, so far my trade is locked in. Stop loss above break even in the profit now. And I want to look at kind of how that 1 hour is shaping out. It is a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. I was just watching it as an ascending triangle. Still a little shaky. Like, that's a big candle. We could come right back down on a wick. I'd like to see this boom up, get a nice close. We got to get the next hour. 11 to 12 is a big deal. What happens in the next hour is going to really propel us further to the upside or not. And shout out to the viewers, man. We're coming back, man. My lifers, man. I don't know where y'all go from 10 to 11. Oh, I forgot. It was the change in time in Europe. Right? See, and every time I get paranoid, it's always something strange. Right? 2 weeks ago, I believe... summertime in Europe is a standard of the clock time that's applied to most European countries. March 29th. And so it was March, April, May. It was 2 years. Yeah, anyway. Nice pump. Let's go. Nice candle. That's a strong candle close. Like, we pump into the candle. Now, remember, we want a little bit of a dip right now. A little bit of a dip. You want to dump at the beginning of the candle because you need the wick. So you need the bids to get eaten right there. And then you want to open nice and then pump. Strong move for Bitcoin. Called by the lifer. Let's go. No BS here. If you took the trade inside the trading group, you'd be in the money. And it was actually pretty treachery. I got pretty close to getting stopped out of break even or a little bit in profit. It got close. Can we head up all the way to 66.5? Possible. Make a nice day's pay here. I'm up 32%. Imagine making $340 off $1,000. Yeah, $1,000. You made 32% on your $1,000. I mean, that's beautiful. That beats the S&P. That beats a lot of other big money out there. You know what I'm saying? So, really pretty crazy if you think about it. Wow, look at this. Huge pump for BTC. And I gave the trade in the trading group $400 in the move. That's a day's pay right there. That's a nice little scalp. I'd be happy with that scalp. We take a look at the 1 minute. 1 minute just absolutely went parabolic. Again, the 21 above the 200. Wasn't the greatest, but you could have made this little flag here. And there's my signal, the 21 above the 200. Just buying when the 21's above the 200. And you see price action in some type of tightness. Made a shoulder, had right shoulder. Made the shorts thinking we're going to, and they all shorted. A bunch of stop losses get absolutely fried. Yeah, that's fried chicken right there, man. The only thing lately is I've been getting a lot of round trips like this comes right back down. Massive candle, though. That's a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 hour time frame. It's exactly what I was looking for to play out. I love it. Measured move, really, the more conservative one, just takes you to 65, 100. And then there's Bookmap kind of playing out for you, showing you that the liquidity is getting gobbled up above us. It told us we were going up there. We went into the 64s. And now, look, there's still a little more liquidity. Now, if they start adding margin, they're going to raise red to 65. So they get scared. They try to keep their positions alive. And what they're going to do is create bigger liquidations. I've seen it many times. Red is still above us, and we still have red to hit, which is at 64.4. Saying this ain't over yet. And how is the chat doing? I didn't ask. I wanted to see how many people got wrecked. How many people made money? Someone says SPACEX is dumping. Yeah, it looks like it might. I mean, that's why I took a very small nibble, $1,800. Very small position. Yeah, so it came out, hit a high of 183. That seemed to be the high sell there. You know what? But it's making a higher low here. Kind of looking at the bigger picture. Not a lot to go on. Could even be making a diamond on the, it could be almost be a reversal diamond. Like, kind of up and down, you break back to the upside. There's going to be that initial battle here for sure. And then we're going to go from there. 64,000 getting a hit. And you can see, right as I said, you know, do we come right back down now on this move? It was a pretty big pump. Now the wick is getting eaten up. It's a volatile day for Friday. I mean, I think the SPACEX IPO is adding some volatility to Bitcoin today. I think it's smart just to take my money and run, get into another flag. That was a massive candle. Unrealistic candle. Wow, the volatility is pretty nuts, though, on this 1 hour candle here. You know, look at the bigger picture. Look what I just saw. That's why I love zooming out. Oh, what'd I do there? All right, that's why I love zooming out. So, and here, you can live. I do 90% of my charting right here on WEEX. Don't even have to leave WEEX. I use the TradingView widget right here. It has everything you need. And that way you're locked in with your trade and your positions and your ideas all in the same place. And they worked really hard too to you know, when we first started using WEEX, we tweaked the user interface. We said certain things my community said we like and we didn't like, and they made it better, man. Shout out to everybody clicking on that like button. Let's get the lifers up, man. The show that never took a day off, baby. Nobody should be beating us. Nobody. Let's go. Shout out to my lifers. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So, you know, bigger picture is that we're still intact for the bigger move. But this may come back down. We might just stay tight here for about, this might take another 5 to, you know, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, might 3, 4 hours before a bigger breakout tonight. And then bang. On a Friday night, we pump, which is weird, but you know what? And that's why I don't take days off. You just never know. Now, what if this thing would just absolutely jettison back to the upside? Move my stop loss a little high there, right? I mean, I'm guaranteed to take some money off the table. 193. You can get rid of that trigger. Remember, I was showing you can see the price action when you move it from this area, right? Like, see that trigger? You can get rid of that trigger. You can move the take profit up. Be nice to make a nice $1,700 today on that pump. Are we going to get that high, 66.5? I don't know. We seem to be flipping green again. The trade's back in the money, above 300. So the $64,000 question, can Bitcoin continue to pump past 64,000? That's the question. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. I don't know where the lifers were, but they're starting to show up now, baby. My lifers, man. And the viewership is booming back up to where we got it. And there's my lifers, man. Where you guys going? Where are the lifers going, man? What happens? Where's everybody showing up at 11 for? Like, what is going on? I'm paying attention, man. I can see the numbers. I do it every day, so I'm super sensitive to the numbers. I know what's going on. Man, you guys are like fumbling the bag today, guy. What the heck, man? It's like, all right, thank you. Fancy seeing you here, right? Same as you. Stock trading stream. I watch this 2K viewers normal at 35K for SPACEX now. Interesting. Cooking food and gains today, Mr. Priceless. Right? Curving down, get ready to short. Right? Wow, 383 starting to pump now. Back in charge. And there seems to be somewhat of a correlation here, right? It's crazy how that ended up playing out the way it did. Nice little bounce there for SPACEX off of 166. Kind of hanging out there. Everyone looks to have a SPACEX IPO live stream going. A few of them have 5,000. I know, right? I'm dumping SPACEX and buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is low now. See, that's a lot. If you were in right now, that's a thing. What if Bitcoin was high? It wouldn't be so, it wouldn't be, but you know, the fear and greed is so, it's such a good place to buy Bitcoin right now that it's making it almost impossible not to think Bitcoin would hit. 5 out of 6 trades won with 5-minute on strike options. Interesting. Liver, could you please take a look at Aerodrome? Thank you. Shout out to Dione Fresh. 508. Is that 508 like you're from like Cape Cod? I finally didn't get wrecked. Listening to Sam and joining the 99 is the best thing I've ever done. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. SpaceX might drop some people off in space. You're funny. What's the word, Lifer? Shout out to Vegas Claw. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. Shout out to my whole crew, Creators Crypto, and all the beautiful people. Let's get those likes up to the watchers, everyone. I know that we're the most powerful crew in the game. What we used to do on ATB with the biggest channels in the game, you guys were the most relentless. Let's go. If you guys keep hitting that like button, show me how powerful you are. Show me the lifers, man. Come on now. Look at this. Look at the viewer activity. And I'll give you a moment right now. We won't look at the charts. But look, we have 413 likes and 961 beautiful people for a guy that's never taken a day off in over 5 years. That's the kind of like, that's the dedication we have right now. I don't know, man. I want to be around people that hit that. I want to be around people that hit the like button. I want to be around those type of people. I don't want to be around people that live in scarcity and think the like button doesn't apply to them. It's abundance, friends. You give every chance you have. When I can give a bigger tip, I do. When I'm nice, you know, when I can be nice, I say something nice. When you hit that like button, it's all you have to do is click the like. And it's a small business. It's me, my wife, and, you know, a couple of employees and my 3 kids, man. You know, it's not like you're supporting Costco's here. This is the real deal. Hit that like button, man. Send the love our way. Show that you care about the little people in this world. It's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Some people got the SpaceX shares. Some people didn't. You know what I mean? It depends. Nice little bounce back, 191. And there we go, man. And thank you so much for those likes. And God bless everyone that shows up. And dear Lord, thank you for everyone that does show up at the channel. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. Heck, man, I give live trades a play out in front of my group, in front of people. Transparency to the T. When most people can't figure out the market, we stay strong. We stuck to our guns on this one. Up $442 now on the trade, starting to absolutely rip. Let's go, baby. Bitcoin getting a move. And $500 a day would be nice. 4 of those, and you're making $2,000 a day. And everything is going well, right? Funny, SpaceX makes history with the biggest IPO in history. And that's just going to continue as they continue to print money. Some company's going to beat that, and another one will beat that, and we'll be in the trillions and quadrillions. And almost like, to me, it's all kind of fake. It's all money printing, right? It's all just a big money printing game. And we don't get access to it at the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Well, you see the 1 hour, I mean, this is starting to break out. Are they going to break it back inside the pattern? I mean, that's a breakout at this point of the bigger chart. And Sammy does it again. The everyday hitter, never quitter, Sammy P. Sammy Price with the live trades. I'm watching some other live streams in the corner of my eye here on my other screens, and I don't see a lot of live trading going on. They say they're live trading, but I don't see them live trading. You know what I mean? I see channels twice the size as mine barely getting the viewership, which is crazy. But today is a big live stream day. Good for live streaming. And anyone that live streams, it's actually a pretty big positive. I like to see that. I live stream so much, and I've never seen more live streamers live during my time. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy right now. And that's making live streaming more popular, which is only, that benefits me in the long term. So shout out to my beautiful people. God bless everybody here. And please hit that like button, man. And it's funny, we're live trading Bitcoin in gains while everyone's focused on SpaceX. Bitcoin's doing some behind-the-scenes moves here. Getting a massive pump on the 1 hour time frame. 2 giant green candles. And I gave you this trade yesterday, which is still in the money. I gave you this entry here that didn't get stopped out. I gave you this entry this morning that didn't get stopped out. I gave you 2 still cold entries for Bitcoin in the last, in under 24 hours. What more can I do, man? The dedication is real. I was with my weekly screen share last night, late. That's too far for the 21. That's telling me that I should start to take profits there. It's just unsustainable. Yeah, I like the bigger trade, but I'll ride the weekly. So I opened up a trade on the weekly when I told you I did just there. It's up 230. We'll see where it goes. Wow, that's a massive pump. I like to sell the top of that. I don't see how that goes any higher. I mean, that's just too far from the 21. That's a short squeeze and a half. And it said we were going to 64.4 on BOOKMAP, did it not? And we gobbled up the liquidity that they showed us that was there. Now they want to go up to 65.3. They're just not done yet for whatever reason. I feel like we're going to have to come back to that 21. This is a perfect time to sell and take some profits. I'm going to be taking my profit. I do that 4 or 5 times a day. I'm in the money. You say, Sam, but the 1 hour is still going. Why would you sell now if you could see potential? I just can tell that the 15 minutes going to give us another entry. We're too far from that 21-day moving average. That's just absurd. That's one of the biggest gaps I've seen in the 15-minute in a long time. I'll switch to the 5-minute, actually. Sorry, I wasn't on the 5. I was on the 5. Wow, it looks like there may be still... the 15-minute actually ain't too bad. Could have a little more gas. See if I can hang out on the 1 minute and just hide below that wick. What we're looking for is one more big pump, which pulls the 21 up. And then we get a flag here on the 1 minute time frame, which will give us our continuation. I'm playing it very close to the bone here. Now, the saddest part about what could happen right now is I could get sniped and they can continue to rip it. That's okay. We made a day's pay. I went into the market and took money out of the market. I put 1,000 in and took 500 out. I mean, that's awesome. If you're taking 1,000 to make $500, you are gaining on the market. You know how many people can't do this? So many people have to use so much more money than I do to make $500. I'm teaching you how to do it with a small amount of money, folks. You can make $500 with $1,000. And yes, you can make, it's possible to make $500 a day doing this. Very possible. I'm out. We're too extended. I'm going to take my 47 with fees. Oh, hold on. There we go. They took me out. And I sold my trade. You can see that. Now, can I get back in? I mean, the 5 minutes pretty extended. So what I'll do now is I'm like, well, I like the 1 hour. Bigger time frames haven't changed for me. Remember, I still have a bigger time frame trade on the weekly. So that keeps me from being able to scalp the smaller time. That keeps me scalping the smaller time frames. I've learned if I don't have 2 trades on, I have problems. I got to have 2 trades going at the same time. If I don't, I tend to like, you know what I mean? I tend to mess up the trade. So what I do is I keep a big trade and then I scalp the small time frames. So now what I want to see is I want to see this come up. I want to interact with the 21 on the 5 minute, and I'm going to trade the 5 minute again on the next scalp. And what I'm going to do is I know exactly my risk. I just made about 480. So I know my risk here, 6.5, 324. And then I'm going to go down. And what I just did, people make fun of $500 at this, they laugh and all that. There's thousands trade, there's big time traders. What I just did is very difficult. I'm trading 33x leverage with $1,000, turning it into a $33,000 position. Bitcoin went up from, let's just say 63.4 up this. It went up $1,000 and I made $500. Now to make 1,000, I would have had to have a $64,000 position. Understand? I had like a $34,000 position. Still pretty risky trading at 33x left. To me, it's nothing. I do it every day. I don't even think it's risky anymore. But if I were to just start trading and I would have opened up a trade at 33x leverage, it would be extremely emotional and risky for me. I'd be like, oh my God, it's going up and down. I wouldn't be able to handle the pace. I've been doing it now for so long that I don't notice it. You see, it becomes second nature to you. That's where you want to get, where I'm at. Where when you just, like I can do it live. Like I could make $500 in front of the world without even thinking about it. That's awesome. There was days where I couldn't do that alone, never mind in front of people. It definitely shows that I've progressed as a trader in my life. You know what I mean? The trader that was here before, I could never have done that. And so, and that's God's blessings helping me show up every day. By being consistent, I'm able to find a way to win. The only way I'm winning is because I'm consistent. The consistency is beating me down, teaching me, showing me the way. And there were 1,000 viewers back at 11. It's like the show starts at 11 or something. Crazy, man. And it's sad because if you were watching another stream, you would have missed the entry and you would have missed the whole trade, and you would have missed the sell, and you would have missed a lot of knowledge. But it's okay. I can't force people to learn how to trade every day. A lot of shows are out right now talking and yapping. This show is teaching you how to actually make money. All right? I'm just being honest with you. You could waste your time on whatever, right? Or you could get into the information that's really going to give you the knowledge. The streams with the least amount of views are probably teaching the most, which is kind of crazy. The streams that are just running whatever and letting you be mindless, you know? I don't know if you heard, but I don't shine shoes no more, right? I don't shine shoes no more. You should have seen how we used to do it to make the shoes so shiny, man. Yeah, you offend them a little bit, huh? Yeah, you offend them a little bit. You were out of line yourself. You were out of line yourself a little bit. You offend him a little bit. You offended the guy. Yeah, God doesn't punish you, punish yourself, and God's watching you learn your lesson. Interesting. Then comes the blessing. Bang. And look, I'm really good at selling the local top. I've been doing it for a long time. I know when the price action is done. I know when the price action starts a run. I know when it ends a run. I've been doing this for so long, folks. The small-time scalper, I can teach you how to live in the 1 to the 5 minute time frame and live like you know it. Like you can swim like the calm, cool waters, man. You won't be. Before you were in the 1 to 5, you were freaking out. You were emotional. You were all over the place. Now you're going to be ready to rock. You're going to be in control. And everyone, what I told you was true. What I told you was true. You got us to 500 likes, and look what happened. You got us to 1,000 viewers. You guys are in control. Keep hitting that like button. You'll get us to 2,000 viewers, man. Why not? We should cash in today on the live streaming bonanza, right? Tough love is love, but it's all love, yeah? Thank you, Sammy. You changed my life forever. God bless you, man. Shout out to Ivo 10 Broke. Ivo 10 Broke, man. Been with me for a long time. God bless you, brother. Lifers for life, my man. It's not over yet. That's so true. You're teaching, not yapping like most of them. That's why a lot of people don't like the stream, because they want to sit and be mindless. They don't want to sit and actually have to learn. The thing is, if you traded with me, you would have made money today on the stream. Sam, I learned how to sell the local top from the Lifers 333. Yes, you did, bro. Yes, you did. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. 100%. Sam, I teach you how to trade. It's crazy. I don't watch other streams. Yeah. 4.5 years, man. My man. Sammy. Have I buy a trade? Dude, yesterday, I get a comment on my video, on my live stream. The guy goes, why do you give trades that are going to lose for sure? You know what I mean? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? It's so funny. It's like, I said, give it some time. That did play out. You know, that trade eventually did pump pretty nicely to the upside. So, Sammy, look at gold. Gold is ripping. Oh, the dollar taking a beat down. And that's another reason why if the dollar takes enough of a hit, the SPX, the SPACEX, the SPX, the SPACEX IPO will be a hit. If the dollar takes enough, look, the dollar's about to dump, folks. Look at the dollar. It's kind of in a slanted head and shoulder. It got roughed up here by bearish divergence, right? It's about to dump. And so people are getting ready to watch the dollar take a massive hit. And looks like it's going to drop back to the bottom of the pattern here. So I see the dollar, and then it's going to make a big head and shoulder on the daily. Possibly continue these lower lows. So I'm looking for the dollar to pull back, and then it's in a big bear flag that I see going lower in the interim. So that tells me, you know, that the SPACEX IPO might actually crawl back a bit, right? And same with Bitcoin. What you're looking for is you want to see if this is just a temporary dip below the 200. I want to see if this can kind of maybe dip back up into the pattern here. It's not going to best. It had that run up, but then move. So you want to see this. You want to see it kind of run, get tight, and then a breakout back to 200. To me, I believe it can. I mean, what people are going to do is they're going to look for the crash. If enough people believe in it long term, it's not going to crash. And then other people are going to, and so if the crowd that can hold long term can hold off the crowd that thinks it's going to dump, then they're going to go, oh no. And then their FOMO is going to go in the other way, back to the upside. And people are going to FOMO into the coin, into the stock, you know. Well, we're back at 64,200. It's pretty nice for Bitcoin. And this would be cool if we start getting a flag like this to the 5. The key to trade the small time frames, you know what the number one key? Who knows what it is? You know what the number one key to trading small time frames is? Anybody want to know? Anyone want to take a guess? Sam, what are your long-term predictions for SPACEX? I'd probably go to $1,000 in the next 4 or 5 years. Yeah. I'm thankful for my struggle because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled upon my strength 100%. If I didn't struggle, I wouldn't be here every day, doing what I do, loving my life, pushing every single day, having a live stream with over 1,000 people on it. I mean, unbelievable. Let's get those likes up to the watches, folks. Let's keep pushing. Let's make this real. I've never taken a day off. Don't take a day off on me, baby. Let's go. I never gave up on you. I never gave up on you. Seriously, I never gave up on you. I showed up every day knowing that if you did and you pushed, you could find a way to win. We just made dang near $500 of the stream. It only took us about an hour of our time. I used to work my butt off to make $400 a day. I used to have to take my bike to, on the train. I used to have to commute to work. I used to have to be at work for 8 to 9 hours, sometimes 10. I didn't see my kids. I would get home late. Now I get to spend the afternoon with my children. I get to be with my wife. When they're off in the summer days, they get their dad all day long, all the time. My kids are actually spoiled how much they get to be with their dad. I tell them no other, rarely do kids get to be, because even dads that make as much money as me, a lot of them are CEOs and, they got to fly, they got to do business meetings, they got to go. I don't have to. I sit at home, man. As a YouTuber, the world comes to you. It's probably the greatest job on earth. Seriously. I'm not a real estate. There's real estate agents that make what I make or more, but they got to go show up at appointments every day. They got to set up a database. They're always, you know what I mean? I sit right here in my chair and I live stream every day and I spread knowledge every day and positivity every day. And I go from there. Unbelievable life. And thank you, God, for and again, you'd say you're spoiled. You have such an easy life. Look at you. Man, I worked so hard to put this life together. I conceptualized it in my mind. I built it in my brain before I even had it. I built a life where I said, I started thinking I'd like to work from home. I'd like to be with my family. And I started literally envisioning spending time with my kids during the day. I told the universe this was my vision. I manifested it. I said I want to live in Florida. And then I said, and when it gets too hot in Florida, I want to come back in Massachusetts and spend the perfect weather in Mass. I want the best of both worlds. I want it all. And I want to raise my standards so I have it all. My standards used to be low. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Then I said, I got to invest. I got to change my life. I started raising my standards. I said, man, I got to make more money than this. This isn't good enough. I got to go all the way. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know, my life, it was enhanced. My life was enhanced because my brain enhanced my life, not because my life got enhanced. Look at me. I had no YouTube channel. I was working for somebody else. I was Sam. My brain started thinking of a YouTube channel. My brain started thinking, hey, maybe you could do this. I remember talking to my mom one day and said, man, if I could harness the power and I could start doing this thing on my own, anything is possible. And bang. And this is the key. Everyone, they tune off a lot of times when I get into this mental stuff, but the mental stuff is what's holding you back the most. This is what you're struggling with more than anything else. It's not the trading. It's not your IQ. It's not even your discipline. Heck, it's not even your motivation. You actually are motivated. You believe, but there's a voice inside you that tells you you're not good enough. You're not able to manifest because you don't believe in yourself. You're good at trading. You're good at learning. You show up to the live stream every day. You put so much effort into this and you still don't make money. Why? Because you believe you're a brokey in your mind. You haven't changed your mind to decide that you deserve it. You have to decide that it's time for the universe to pay you back, baby. And you know what? Be a good person. I think of all my good deeds and then I'm like, you know what? I do deserve the universe to be good to me. I've been good to other people. I've helped the blind guy cross the street. I've given money to the poor. I've fed the guy outside asking for a sandwich. When I've seen the bum asking for money, I said, I'm not going to give you money, but I'm going to buy you some food. You know what I'm saying? I've done the right thing when I had a chance to. So I believe the universe, so if I open a business, the universe will send me customers. You know what I mean? I've done the right thing. Doing the right thing helps you believe that the right thing is going to happen to you. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It brings you good energy, and then you could get to ride that good energy, folks. And so look, what is the number one skill in trading small time frames? I asked you guys, I wanted to see, you know. Sam, why do you cry all the time? Did I cry today? I don't think I was crying, man. God bless you. And if I wanted to cry, I could cry. You know what? I cry whenever I want, man. I don't live by your rules, bro. That's the difference between me and you is I don't give a damn. You seem to. You know, you actually think what you said to me matters. It doesn't. Heck, man, if I wanted to talk about my mom and cry my eyes out right now, I could. And it's funny, I never did cry, but anyway. And shout out to you, man, for being a weirdo. May God bless you, bro. I hope, whatever, you know, show us on the doll where I want to make my movie. Don't say I want, say desire. Want leads to lack. It's the worst word in the English language. I have movie stars, producers, tax credits. I just need someone to write the check. Need? Yes, you just use want and need. Never going to happen. When I use the word want and need, my dreams never occurred. You desire to make the movie. And you know what? You're going to find the right funding. I believe I'll see. These are the right words. I believe I will. Yeah, someone will see the genius in me. You know, I used to say this all the time. No one did. No one did. And I used to think someone was going to see the genius. I had to eventually do it myself. Maybe you need to start making the movie yourself, independently. And then maybe once someone sees that, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you advice of what happened to me. I kept hoping someone was going to invest in my dreams. No one was. Then I had to make the money from my own, from basically from my bootstraps. All right. Dirty trolls and comments who are sniffing up their own farts all day. Amen. Sam is the man. He wears his heart on his sleeve, baby. It takes a real conscious human being to keep it real like that. Most people are scared and in fear. Yeah. You're the infinite creator being, 100%. All of us are. We're all infinite creator beings, man. Look, I told you how to sell the local top. If you didn't take advantage of that move, you're riding it right back down. How many times, you know? How many times do you round trip? You know what the best thing I've done for people in the world? I've taught so many traders how not to round trip their trades, man. I've taught traders how to sell. I've freed people from the fear of selling, man. By selling every day on this channel, by showing you guys how to take profits, I've freed so many people from the fear of selling. It sounds like a joke, but it's true, man. Most people are round trip trades because they, you know what I mean? SPACEX just took a beat down to 160. Look at that. There's a nice little sell-off. Let's go to a smaller time frame. I mean, you could see there was a bear div here. Look at my indicators. I mean, the indicators are beautiful. Let me show you what I do. But look at the RSI. It clearly had, let me show you. The RSI here had too far of an uptrend. And this had an uptrend, but it wasn't as sharp as that. They will divide each other. This keeps going, that keeps going. They're going to cut each other right in half. Look how this kind of looked like a complex head and shoulder. You know, like it didn't look amazing. And look, I mean, the measured move is the base here, wick to wick. And that's where you're headed. Wow, massive sell-off for SPACEX. Is Bitcoin following this sell-off? This is interesting. Yes and no. To me, Bitcoin's doing its own thing. That was a pump for Bitcoin. It has to kind of consolidate now on the 5-minute. I do this for a living, so this is what I watch for every single day. I look for this type of entry here for BTC. And there's the dump right as I called it. God bless you, man. Trade newbie calls the dump. This guy's a psychic, man. He nailed it. I appreciate Sammy being 100% and talking about his life journey to now. Helps to be sincere. Why SPCX not live in UK yet? And now the trading day is finished too. They probably didn't have enough time. The way they work, they want to start on the first trading day. You also get messed up if you don't have a New York. You got to get New York, Boston, Massachusetts, Boston time. The Lifer is the best home for every new trader, especially the ones that are emotional. If you're trading professional and you're right, you will understand Sam better, especially when D market gets C. I don't know what that means, D and C, but God bless Joe Mario. I can make money and trades win, but like you said, I round trip the trade the other day. I could have made 300, but ended up with 20, trying to hold for the bigger move. Yeah, man, when I just keep taking, I just keep stacking it, and it adds up over time. Those that are emotional are the toughest people you could have ever meet. You're funny. Talk like you're rich and you become rich. Yeah, I'm not a psychic. I know how to read the charts. You are the so-called psychic. Trade newbie. C is for choppy. Interesting. The D for the C. And look, I mean, we're kind of dumping with SPACEX. That's going to pull the S&P a little bit. Let's take a look if that's wrecking the whole market or just, like, is that taking, you think it would kind of, not too bad. You know, S&P is holding off pretty well here. So it means people that are selling SPACEX are buying some other stock. You know. GameStop owns 9%, soon all of it. GameStop is trying to take over eBay. Yeah. So everyone, the number one lesson of the stream today is you're the architect of your life. Every situation you're in, every position you're in is your fault. If you own 2 multi-million-dollar homes right now, that's your fault. If you live in a one-bedroom apartment, that is your fault. When I was 36, working for Beans, and, living in a one-bedroom apartment, that was me. That's what I believed. That was the standard I decided I was going to live. The second I said, you know what, I'm going to wear suits every day. I'm going to start my own channel. I'm going to live my own life. I raised my standards. Next thing you know, the universe raised the standards for me, and I lived a different life. The second my mind changed, my life changed. One thing, too, I didn't say the number one rule in trading small time frames. What's the number one skill? All right. The number one skill is patience, folks. Like right now, I'm not jumping back into the 1 minute crazy ape or the 5 minute. I'm watching price action. We have to come back to the 21 above the 200. Simple. The bigger time frames look good to me, so we just need to kind of cool off on the smaller time frames here. That's aggressive right there to buy right now, but it may pay off. I like to get the 3-to-1 with one stop below the 200. I only get a 2-to-1 there. 2.3. It's going to be a little of a high-risk scalp there, the way it's setting up. Wow, this thing could rip right back up. Look at this shoulder. This could make an inverted head and shoulder here on the 1 minute. Turn itself into a ascending triangle and just keep it moving up to 65. Then you want to get back to BOOKMAP. See what we're doing? See how we're using liquidity, and we're not just using patterns. We're watching liquidity, folks. We know where the liquidations are. Look, there's a lot of levels up there. 65,000 is the most likely. Starting to pull in some longs that are starting to, you know what I mean? There are liquidations for the longs now. People are longing. More people are feeling comfortable in the long than before. All right. Creators Crypto in the house. B Calf in the house. My man. Should look at BCDA and beta stocks if you get a chance. Even online, I think they're going to do some crazy numbers and have a lot of quiet investing going on with a heartbeat pattern started. I just made $5 trade. $5 a trade. Amazing. Got to start somewhere. As Sam always says, you got to start somewhere, man. Hey, dude, that's the first. Maybe you never did that before. So as long as you're doing something you've never done before, you're spot on. You're doing something spot on. Remember that, right? But we have a double top of the 15. Credit score update 829. No debt, baby. Let's go. You're funny. They're funny, man. I don't know. That looks like it's slipping there. See, shoulder, head. Now it looks like a right shoulder. See, shoulder, head, little mini right shoulder there. And so I calm it down. How do I know where to sell the local top? How do I know it? Whenever you get extended from the 21, dude, if a small time frame blasts that, look at that. 1, 2, 3. Look how many big candles there were. Like, take a look at this area. I'm going to show you something interesting. Let's go to Bitcoin in the 5. I'm just going to teach you variability. The variability. Does that make sense? Let me show you something real quick. Some deep insight. A variable is something that is an anomaly compared to the rest, right? It's not normal. It's not something you always see. It's a variable. So the variability, which I'm coming up with, is I don't know. You know, I'm making the stuff up as I go, but it's how I see the market. So I go and I buy the bars. I grab the bars pattern. And I go from here. Now look, that was 3 massive green candles. Like, compare it to this whole area. You don't see anything like this. There was the last time you saw anything like that. And that was definitely time to sell. You know what I mean? So whenever you get a massive green candles in a row and you're away for the 21, that's a sell there. That's a sell there. So I just know instinctively when to sell. I turned 10 into 350 this week. Thank you, Sam. Been here for 2 years now, and every day I get better and better. This guy turned $10 into $350. Rastaman 969. That's amazing. 6969. God bless you, bro. Thank you. That's amazing, bro. No pants ability. Dude, you don't have to wear pants to make millions of dollars. I sit here in a pink Speedo every day and make... I'm just joking. I'm not in a pink Speedo. I'm wearing pants, folks. I got a boot on, but I am wearing pants. So there, right? But I do have a boot on. I'm in a boot right now, if you can believe it. A walking boot. Like, the guy ain't even able to walk completely, which is insane if you think about it. All right. Wow, we got such a group of people here today. It is insane. Proof of pants, man. Proof of pants. Proof of pants every single time. Don't play me with those pants. Right? Rastafari, my man. God bless everybody here on the stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here and being absolutely amazing. May God bless each and every one of you for kicking it with the lifer. Means the world to me. All right? Like, it's unbelievable. So, thank you. And remember, we give you extra knowledge inside the trading group. We really do. Not only am I there, but I got a whole team of people, man. I can't do it alone. If I had the best trading group and it was just me, how could I service thousands of people? You know what I mean? So we have extra people inside. We also even have upsells for an extra $300. You'll get 3 one-hour sessions a week. That'll kind of drill you on your leverage trading. Give you some ideas that you've never thought about, and give you some tips and tricks that you may have never implemented in your life. Hit the QR code to find out more. It's Leverage Mastery with my buddy, Master Friend. All right? Check it out today. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, it will. WEEX, yeah. I was up 147 on my day. Just had my stop loss hit. Lost over time. Should have taken my gains last night. That's crazy. Win gold and luxury. Yeah, and another thing that WEEX is doing is they just constantly give back. They're like, all right, good community, a lot of trading. Watch Sam Price Live, win a luxury escape to the south of France. All you have to do is be one of us. Join now. There's only 5. Everyone click this, man, and jump on in, man. Right? And get your volume up. Right? Tier 1, just get a 200 gold position airdropped. All right? Tier 2, get a 1,000 silver position airdropped, which is pretty cool. Tier 3, get a Stanley Quencher, which is pretty nice. All right. Tier 4, get a HyperCloud 3. All right. Tier 5, get an Apple Watch. Then get a Rimowa Essential Cabin, one of the highest end luxury, luxury suitcases in the game. A 50K gold bar. I mean, 24 karat gold bar. 50 grams of gold. I mean, that's crazy. 5,000. Or a business class flight and 5-night luxury stay in Nice, France. In Nice. Right? We got Mr. Nice Guy. That was the funniest movie. That was the movie, you know what I mean? But check it out, man. And there's the leaderboard. My man's got it right now with his 13,000 of trading volume. Well, jump on it today, man, and become one of the lucky people. If you're going to trade anyway. Look, I just gave a live trade. It hit. If you did what I did, you now have volume in the game. Right? And I'm out here every single day. So trade with me on WEEX when I'm live every day and when I'm in the trading group. And you'd be surprised, man, what's going down. Wow, SPACEX continues to dump. And now it's just a little too far away again from the 21-day moving average. Like, Slap your 21 on. That's just too far for the 21. That's unsustainable. Just like we did earlier today when we pumped, that has to kind of pull back. So that's going to likely either make a bear flag, a bull flag, or dump back down. Understand? This might make a V-shaped recovery. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then pump back up to 190. See? We're too far for the 21. It's unsustainable. We're either going to consolidate now or bounce back up. Just like we were. This is where Bitcoin was on the daily just last week when I made the trade on Saturday. Remember when I was like, where, you know? And bang, we got the pump. Bitcoin pulling back but bouncing off the 21 now. Now that is a really key area. Let me take a look at that now. I like this area to enter the trade because it gives me positional strength. Somewhere right here like this, and then we got this support of resistance too as well. Get this guy out of here. The scrambled brain man. I mean, 21 above the 200, beautiful place to start really actually thinking about position. Now I can keep my stop loss where I want with the 3 to 1 risk reward ratio. This is starting to make more sense to me. 63,396 would be the stop. I'm not getting in right now. I don't want to make it create. I'm just starting to look at it. You don't buy real estate till you look at it. I'm looking at the house right now. I want to see if it's worth buying. It's so important when you drag this. You see 429 for 14. Other people are making you hit advanced here. Why? Why are you guys doing that? There's a bunch of other exchanges. They have the advanced button here. You have to hit advance. What a pain. That's an added step. Then sometimes it doesn't remember these values and I have to type those values in. It's kind of ridiculous. I wonder who's doing that and why. What is the point in that? Don't do that. If you're an exchange, don't do that. So it's really whack. All right. No, I'm serious. Like, I don't know why a bunch of these exchanges, they're putting this advanced button here. I don't know what they're doing. It should all work right here. I shouldn't have to hit advanced. I want to see my whole trade right now, right here. I want to see what I'm risking, what I'm gaining. WEEX has it done perfectly. If you're not set up like this, I'm not trading on it. It's almost too hard. It's too much of a pain. You got to fix that. I've told multiple exchanges, if you want to work with us, if you want to do it, you got to have it like this. If it's not like this, we're not doing it. It's got to be right. They don't realize how fast the trades have to be implemented, how quick you got to be to really get the right risk management, the right risk in there. Like I could risk some of what I made 266. I could make 266 for 800 now. And kind of weak. I mean, we're going to go up. We're only going to go up about. We're only going to go up about $1,400. I'd have to put in an entire trade to make that. Actually, I ain't a bad trade there. I go home with half of what I made, or I make another 800 on the day. Looks like that's all we're going to get. So I can so here's the deal. High risk entry right now. Why? What if it just continues to dump and melt down? If it pumps, goes sideways, that's a lower risk entry right there. And I have to decide how many trades I won that day, where I'm at with the balance, and whether it's worth risking the balance or not. You see what I'm saying? It all depends. So if I won no trades today, I'm likely going to wait for the lower risk trade. If I've won like 3 trades straight, I might take the higher risk trade now and risk, you know what I mean? Say I'm up $2,000. Fine, I'll risk 300 and get in right now. That's what's cool about being up on the morning is I can take a little more risk if I've already made money that day. So if I've made money on 2 or 3 trades, I take this trade. If I haven't, I wait for us to get here. So my performance of the day also adds to the risk, right? Because you have to see where you're at and if you want to take on more risk or not. If I've won 3 trades straight, fine, I'll take more risk. If I've not won no trades, then why would I start with a trade that's too risky? Right? That's the main thing I don't like about BTCC, yeah. You tell them, Crypto Lifer. Exactly. Should be live on the NASDAQ now. It is. It is live on the NASDAQ now. Came from 135 price action and just hit the market immediately. Nothing really to look at now, right? The 1 minute has nothing. So SPACEX just hit the NASDAQ for the first time. All right, we're already watching it on the perp set here. We already got it here. We're locked in. And this is another reason why cryptocurrency has an edge. People that don't know cryptocurrency are waiting for it on NASDAQ. We've been watching this thing for a week or two now, trading pre-IPO. So I just think you get an edge when you trade blockchain, man. You see things quicker. You have more access. You understand the markets a little better. You understand liquidity a little better. I think a crypto trader has more of an edge than a stock trader has over a crypto trader, because we've got to do everything a stock trader does and more. They have to just do what a stock trader does. Now they have to learn how to trade crypto. I see that. I'm telling you, it's not going to dump anymore. It's too far away for the 21-day moving average. Could be actually a pretty good long, to be honest. And then you look for the same stuff. Can you get above the 1 minute 200 moving average? Then you look for the 21, and it's the same way we trade Bitcoin. Wow, Bitcoin dumping with the SPACEX pumping. And now, look, we gave back almost the entire move today, and that's another reason why I take my gains. If you're always going for the $2,000 win and you round trip, well, what if you just take 500, wait for the flag? See, my system is great because if it is going to continue to pump, it's going to flag out, folks. If it's going to continue to pump, trust me, it's going to flag out. Nothing goes straight up. Your emotions tell you it's going straight up. That's the only reason you think it's going straight up. You're listening to your emotions, not the charts. That causes problems. Man, it's funny. I mean, it's almost like, so we started dumping SPACEX, you see it? We started pumping. SPACEX got extended. Now people might be selling big. So people kind of traded Bitcoin, made their gains, like I did. They might have been bigger, and then they might make that money, like the 500 I made, go buy SPACEX with it. 5 minute might be forming a head and shoulder. It could. It might form a right shoulder right here. And we actually already discussed this. But yeah, you might be spot on there, friend. How do you join the promotion? If you're already on WEEX, just hit the link that I got there and you hit the join button. And is this every day, Jamie? Can they do this every day during the live stream? I got to ask you that. It would be nice if I just got a list of, hey, these are the promotions. This is every day. You send it to BB in the morning and I was able to read it. It'd just be nice. Fill in the blank kind of stuff. So I don't have to ask these questions. Anyway. Data black. Because that was also another one that we're doing, right? Yeah. What looks better, link or towel? That's a good question, right? I think we got to put that link somewhere so people can actually join the link too. Team, you guys, a little meeting and a conceptualization would be amazing. I think it would help y'all out a little bit. All right. Can we get the bounce here off the 200 moving average? Would be nice. Get this tight action. That's why I'm smart to just sit and wait. I didn't take in the risky. That's very, now you enter now, it's very risky. The thing is that now you're like so close to the 200 that if you lose, it negates the whole trade. If you win, you're getting it. It's just like buying Bitcoin on the weekly. See, this is like buying Bitcoin on the 200 moving average on the weekly. See how you can learn how to trade the 5 minute with the weekly with the 5 with the, yeah. He said the link is there. I don't know where there is, but I guess wherever they can find there. Yeah, the link is there. The land of there. I think he means below the video. I don't know what there means. Yeah. I believe it's below the video, right? I don't know. The land of there. Somewhere there in the land. Yeah, so right below the video, folks, there's a link right here. And you can click on it and you can join. All right. So we make it simple. My team nailed it, as they always do. If everybody wants to SPACEX, why the heck is it struggling? Because not everybody wants it. They're selling debt on you, man. And I was hitting the close button over and over again. I ended up with 38 negative. I love your system. I needed the stream today. Definitely helped me today with my 1 to 5 minute time frame problems. Yeah, you're having some issues. You're blaming yourself. You're getting emotional. It's not your fault. You just need more knowledge. You just don't have the right knowledge. Say you're a mechanic and you go to fix a car. And no one taught you the carburetor. Right? You might fix it on your own, but it might take way longer, man. You might stumble and fumble. That's just what joining a trading group's for. I teach you how to clean the carburetor. I teach you how to take it out. I teach you what the heck it is. Now, all of a sudden, you're fixing the car in an hour instead of waiting weeks to figure it out. No, seriously, my trading group is like, that's very similar to a great analogy, right? It's a great analogy. It's all pump time. I am Satoshi Nakamoto, the Cucumber Man. Let's go to the moon. You're funny, man. $160 subscribers, man, did we get fast? I just joined, I don't know, 15 to 20K, maybe less. Thank you, man. God bless you, bro. Hey, you never looked at AERO for my super chat. Okay, we'll take a look at it today then. Sorry about that. Hey, I'm a human being, man. Oh, you sent it in at the end of the stream, though, didn't you? I feel like you sent it in, like, as the stream ended. I could be wrong. I remember something like that happening. This is a gutsy call now to make the trade. 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Stop is 63,295. Again, this is way higher risk. Way higher risk. 987. But there, even if I lose this trade, I'm still up on the day, and I get to take a high risk long. I feel like we're oversold now for the bounce. I'm gonna go for it. Could it make a right shoulder now? I want a wick right now. I want this to go red, and I want to buy the red candle. If I buy this red candle and it wicks back up, I'm gonna be the boss. Should technically buy right now. Buy the red. Ooh, it's getting redder than I want, but that's the wick. That's where the bosses buy the red candle. And I'm not a fan. I'm going to wait for the consolidation. The problem is the consolidation entry is a little far from the 200 and makes it a little risky on the trade by like tight parameters. I enjoying the stream. Low risk on hitting the like button. Only rewards. Amen. Yep. SPACEX pumping. I told you it was too far from that 21. Look at that thing. It ripped back up like you read about. Oh my gosh, the volatility is crazy here on SPACEX today. And you can expect nothing less out of a New York market. I believe we lose 63.7 to the 4-hour candle will become dangerous as it's closing in 5 minutes. I agree with you. That will be a nasty close on the 4-hour candle there. You can only assume that you might come right back down to the bottom of the channel. This is what one of my students was talking about earlier today, Zab Life. Saying, man, I see the 4-hour dumping back down. This was his overall idea. Then he got stopped out maybe on that wick, but he might be right on the general idea. Could even shoulder, head, right shoulder or something. And then that daily is making the bear flag that dumps us lower, right? You have to assume we're going lower because that's the trend. Understand? And that's why I trade the 1 minute, the 1 hour candle here. Dang, it's 11:57. I don't know how that stream went like that. I feel like we just started. I feel like we were just doing last night's. Dude, last night's screen share feels like just right now. So crazy. Wow, we broke out. Everything was looking mean. I still took profits there because I just don't trust the market. Yeah, that could be shoulder, head, right shoulder, dumpage. And we can see where we're likely going. We see the trend line that we formed. It could still get tight and break out, folks. Right? It still could get tight and break out. I keep get stop hunting all. I'm far away for the 21 and the 200 and long. NASDAQ wicked hard. Yeah, I mean, it's looking just like Bitcoin. The NASDAQ and Bitcoin are identical. The only thing is Bitcoin's above the 200. The NASDAQ's below it. Still tells me we're going to see some consolidation. Back to SPACEX getting rejected by the 1 minute 200. Time is relative. Yep, 100%. Class is in session. Hey, Sam, can we check gold? Well, what a stream, everyone. I gave a live trade in the Discord. We took profits on the live. So you got live training on the actual how to nail the trade, right? You weren't left alone. The last coin I gave last night hit a beautiful pump to the upside, AIN, for gains. The Bitcoin trade last night went somewhat, or this morning did well. The long I gave not too long ago did well. Yesterday. So, 2 beautiful trades in a row. One given on the live, one given in the Discord. Both shown with transparency that they both hit. And no stop loss got hit in any of those trades. So, hey, you want to wait for this to consolidate. It's the same game, folks, over and over again. Either this makes a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder and dumps down. It consolidates and gets tight. You're looking for a continuation pattern either way. All right. The Robinhood website is down. Oh, that's great. SpaceX crash Robinhood. Makes sense. That's going to get everyone bugging out. Robinhood crashes on SpaceX IPO. That's a good headline. Makes sense. There's no evidence that Robinhood crashed during Space IPO. Yeah, company's platform successfully processed their debut. It was oversubscribed, 3.5 times demand, resulting in allocation shortages where many users received fewer shares or none at all. This reflects high demand rather than a technical failure. Robinhood and other brokers like Fidelity and SoFi implemented strict flipping policies. A 30-day holding period with a 60-day ban for the future IPOs for sellers. Demand is 30% retail allocation of the $75 billion. Some Mayan SPC, Virgin Galactic, crazy. Some people buying the wrong ticker, bro. These guys are saying, he said, my Robinhood is down as well. My app works fine unless it's while buying or selling. Stay away from Robinhood. I don't use it. I've never liked it. No offense. God bless Robinhood. I never want to be talking negatively about anybody or any company. I just don't use them. Like, it's not a big deal. And I don't really know why. Just my life. I never felt like it was worth getting into Robinhood, you know. I never got enticed by that. I was, oh yeah, I want Robinhood. This is so high risk right now, buying the 200, but it could be so rewarding. Now you got a 7-to-1 risk reward ratio. So now I can risk like $100 for like $700. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a no-brainer. If I get stopped out or they figure it out, I can either get back in or short later on. How about no Pants X that will wreck the boomers, the Dow? You're funny. And remember, it's a low volume Friday as compared to most days too. Even though you're seeing excitement and there's movement, all the volume's getting sucked into SpaceX. I'm going to take a very low risk trade here. I'm risking such a small amount that I won't even notice it if it doesn't work out. If it does play out, then I'll be pleasantly surprised, but it doesn't look great. Oh, look at that. Like someone said, oh yeah, the 4-hour candle. I just forgot about the 4-hour candle looking garbage. Let's take a look at that one more time, and then I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. So the 4-hour candle closed bearish as heck, but it was an indecision doji. It was somewhat bearish, but it seems like it could go either way. And we're so tight right here. Honestly, I'm still honing in for this double bottom and for the 1 hour to kind of clear air. Could go sideways for 6 more hours before we find out what's actually going to happen here. I'm still bullish on Bitcoin inside this tight channel. And it looks like it's going to take a couple more hours to figure this out. I was on Oibase earlier, but can't log back in. They're working on fixing the issue. I love Robinhood, by the way. Hey, some people love it. Oh, no. They turned that one on me immediately. I got no love there. Bounce, baby, bounce off that 200. Get a wick back up. Come on. Come on, baby, come on. The old 200 with the low stochastics, the old trickerino. buying the lows, baby. Buying the lows. Can we get that bump? Sam is the best trader on YouTube. God bless you. Thank you for saying that. That's your opinion, and you have a right to that opinion, man. So God bless you for that. My Bitcoin advisor told me he never seen Bitcoin cycle like this before. I mean, it's only had two cycles, so we don't have tons to go on in the grand scheme of it all, if you think about it. Shout out to everyone that stuck with me no matter what. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see streams that stream. It's so weird. I see a stream that is usually on 3 times a week that gets 500 viewers. And somehow they have way more viewers than me. I don't understand. Makes no sense to me. Maybe they're buying bots or something. I don't know, man. I can't. It doesn't make any sense to me. It is the title, though. They said live trading SPACEX. I feel like we should have just said that. Live trading SPACEX. I mean, run with it. You know what I mean? We live traded Bitcoin, though, so. Episode 2028. Nice pump for Bitcoin right off the 200 like we asked for, baby. Let's go. The king of 3%, already up 3.8% on that trade. I just find key areas with low risk to enter. And I've been studying all these areas for a long time. You are goated though, bro. You give so much free knowledge. Thank you, man. I like watching the price action and looking at the charts on Robert. I don't put much in it. Sometimes I hedge with it. My stepson see me watch you every day and is getting intrigued. Maybe a future lifer. He is 10. Big up, Lorenzo. Lorenzo, we love you, man. Stay around positive people and keep going, baby. All right. And I'm live trading here on WEEX right now. All right. Careful, Poppy in the trade looks sus. You're funny. Blood of a slave, heart of a king. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation and hit that like button, folks. And we just got the 5-minute 2 close right there off the 200. We should get a bounce all the way back up, folks. Should put us in the money, then give us the trade. And there's a chance that this 1 hour still plays out. I'll adjust to the trading group as such. Right now, you see what I'm saying, and we'll go from there. All right. Shout out to everyone that did show up today. Let me take a look at the super chats, and I will get to AERO Drone. It just wasn't important. It wasn't the most important thing to look at today. No offense, but I will look at it. Shout out to Reliable J for the beautiful question about SpaceX. Can you do an update on Iran? Yeah, I joined the Discord 12 months ago. I learned a lot from you and Master Friend. Just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Just joined the Discord. Ready to learn. 3 months. I love that, man. Give yourself 3 months. 277. I like that you did that. 1 month is cool, but give yourself 3 months in the Discord. Really, really put in the work. And see what happens to you in 3 months. 90 days from now, you will not be the same person. I guarantee it. You'll have so much more poised confidence when you approach the market than you had before. And the knowledge we provide will give you that. We're also going to teach you when to trade, why most of your trades weren't playing out. You were trading on Saturdays with low volume and wondering why you were losing so much. You were getting stopped out all the time because you traded Thursdays and Fridays more than you traded Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You didn't know when liquidity was the best, and it wasn't your fault. Nobody tells you. Nobody teaches this. I do. Inside my trading group, you're going to know the best days to trade and why. You're going to know when liquidity moves and why. You're going to understand New York, London, Asian sessions. And you're going to be able to take advantage of this liquidity zones that we talk about on a daily basis. So if that's exciting for you to gain knowledge that you didn't have before, that's going to give you an edge in the market and actually explain why you are likely having even a harder time. I'm not going to guarantee you anybody's going to win for sure. I don't do that because I don't know your style. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know your emotional situation. I do know that you're going to learn more, and that knowledge is going to give you an edge if you use it. You know, AERO Drone's down to the dumps. It needs to cup and handle its way out of here yet again. 30 cents seems to be the bottom. Every time it bottoms at 30 cents, though. We ran this thing up. We got in here, we ran it up. We ran it up multiple times. From 30 back to 140, from 30 back to 280. Right? Or 231, sorry, 230. But, you know, it's down to the dumps, man. I still hold this, but I hold it for the fundamental reason that I believe that Coinbase will do well and that AERO Drone will do well as the automated market maker. It was supposed to be the next cake. We never got that full-on DeFi blast that we're looking for. So, still struggling, to be honest. I still hold it. We'll see what happens. Right? Rico is the best, baby. Rico is the best. Shout out to Rico in the house. Yeah. We love you, Rico. Thank you for being here. All right, you spammed enough. We got Rico in there. He says, I try to hide my stop loss. Your stop loss is your liquidation, so regardless, you're on the books, just like I can see liquidations here. Look, they're still saying we're going to 64.5. They're telling us they're going to liquidate the shorts above us. That's what BOOKMAP is telling us. BOOKMAP was right today. It told us we were going to 64. We did. It's telling us more is coming our way. And so far, so good. I did bounce on this call. I'm up 6%, almost $50 on the call. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys up to date in the trading group as to what happens in this trade. I'm doing my macro analysis right now. That video will come out later on today. And bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time as we dabbled with SPACEX IPO day. And I'm in my plain colors, right? Just kind of nice, flat yellows and pinks. But anyway, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for another beautiful update. We do 4 live streams on the weekend. Get ready for that. I don't know how we outwork the weekend, but we somehow work harder on the weekend than we do on the regular days. You know what I mean? No, but I'm busting my butt every single day of the week, 7 days. So shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much. And with that being said, I'm going to jump on out of here. And you can watch the rest of these crazy SpaceX live streams. And it's going to be a day of crazy live streaming. Get excited for it. We'll leave you with SpaceX one last time before we get out of here. And we're looking for this flag to eventually break out this kind of double bottom here to make its way on out of here. If you want it, you go SPCX.USDT.P, and that'll be the perp on multiple places. So look at 162, still kind of hanging out on the low there, not being amazing. And I'm going to look at it too. I just want to look at it on Binance where they have the most liquidity. I can't trade there anyway, but I just like to look at it. They got a bounce there too. 1 hour's attempting to do some damage on a bounce here. It's hard to go by. It's going to take about a month to figure out what's happening here. A bit of a double bottom. Same thing as my strategy, though. The 1 minute's going to have to make a flag and get back above the 200 moving average. Right now, that could go either way. And kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Like that's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. Looks like it's going to dump. I think it'd probably find its way somewhere 140, 150, find a bottom, and then eventually start to build back up. It's going to take some time, though, folks. It's going to take some time. Still had one of the biggest gainers in the game, AIN. And I'll go over a bunch of altcoins, too, inside the trading group throughout the day. S&P still continuing to do damage, too. I like it. Not amazing here, kind of in a broadening rising wedge. You see that? But they can break out. They can still break out over time. I call it the squawker because it looks like a bird and, squawking at you, kind of. And we did get into this live trade just now to see if we can get the bounce off the 5-minute 200 moving average. This might make a right shoulder and take us out. We risked a very small amount of what we already won. So proper risk management yet again. Let me show you again right here, this trade here, the bounce off the 5-minute. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, my wife. Thank you, everyone, Lakochi, and all the beautiful people that make this stream amazing and my whole team. Shout out to all you awesome people here on the stream. May God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning for a beautiful live stream and all day inside the Discord. If you can't get enough, go to CryptoLifer.com. Go to CryptoLifer.com. If you want to trade where we trade, we make it very, very simple. Hit the pinned comment right here on WEEX. I'm just going to show you how it's done. If you're in your browser, this is here. You hit the pinned comment, and it signs you right up with the link, with the, you know what I mean? And you're inside the Lifer group, man, ready to rock. All right, 86 with the code there, 86 join. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, dear Lord, for this opportunity to have a beautiful live stream. Thank you for all the people that did show up today. I always want to be grateful for what I do have. Never want to downplay what I don't have. Thank you, dear Lord, for everything. I'm super excited. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless. Stay focused. And we won our trade today, too, on the live. Let's go, baby. Lifer strong. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start You got to start to be great. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
You better start moving, just like a fire.